Hi, this is Amy Romeo from the jewelry and craft making blog amyromeo.com, and on this channel I share fun and easy jewelry making and craft projects. Today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make these really cute faux leather and heat transfer vinyl Christmas gnomes. They're holding little candy canes and you can make them in any color you'd like. I'm going to have the file for you on my blog, the cut pattern, so that you can craft along with me if you'd like. I'll be making these on my Cricut Maker, but you could also make them on an Explore Air 2 or even a Cricut Joy. So if you're ready to get started and you want to see more videos like this one, be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell notification to get notified when I post new videos. And let's dive right in. Let me show you all the tools and materials I'm going to use to make these gnome earrings. So the first thing I'll be using is a Cricut cutting machine. I'll be using the Maker, but you could also use the Explore Air 2 or even the Cricut Joy. I'll link to a video about making earrings with a Cricut Joy so you can see a few little things you need to do to cut faux leather with the Joy that's different than with the Maker or the Explore Air 2. I'll be using a purple strong grip cutting mat and a green strong grip cutting mat. I'll need a weeding tool and scissors, and I use those from my Cricut tool set. I'll be using some white faux leather. It's smooth, it's not pebbled, and I find with really small projects like this, using smooth faux leather is better. I'll also be using some red glitter iron-on. You could use solid iron-on, you could use green, you could use whatever color you wanted. This is for the gnome's hat and his clothes and the candy cane. And then I'll be using this light pink heat transfer vinyl for his hands and his nose. Again, you can choose whatever colors you want. I'll be showing you how to put a backing on the earrings before we cut them. So I'm going to be putting some iron-on foil in this chrome color. This is the Cricut brand. You could also use white HTV to put the back on, or you could skip the back altogether. I'll be using blue painter's tape to tape the faux leather down to the purple cutting mat. And I'll be using an Easy Press Mini and an Easy Press pad to press the vinyl onto the faux leather. This is just a small Teflon sheet that I use as a cover sheet when I'm pressing. You could also use parchment paper. For the earring hooks, I'll be using 2 shepherd's hooks and 2 jump rings in 6mm size. I'll also use a 1/16 inch hole punch to punch the earring holes. I like to punch them manually instead of having the Cricut do them. And to attach the earring hooks, I'll be using 2 flat nose pliers. And let me show you how to get the free SVG file from my website and how to upload it to Cricut Design Space. So if you go to my website at amyromeo.com, you'll see a tab for the resource library. If you already have the password, you can go ahead and click on it and find the gnome earring SVG file in my library, or you can click get a password and you'll fill out a form and you'll be emailed the password instantly, and you'll be able to return to this page to go into the library. So once you locate the file and download it to your computer, you'll need to unzip the folder that it came in so the SVG file can be uploaded to Cricut Design Space. And then in Cricut Design Space, we'll go ahead and upload the gnome file that you just downloaded. And we'll see a little preview here. You'll see I've included the gnome earrings with the pre-cut holes and without the pre-cut holes, and you can choose which variation you want to use. I'll click save. I'll click on the gnomes to bring them into my canvas, and I will drag them right up here to the corner so I can see them. So I'm going to be cutting the version without the pre-cut holes. That's just my preference, but you can go ahead and choose whichever one you want. I will hide the version that I'm not going to cut just by clicking the little eye layer here and isolating only the ones that we want to cut. So I've already sized these appropriately for earrings. You could resize them a little bit if you wanted to, but I wouldn't go too much smaller because then the little shapes get very hard to weed. So I will go ahead and click Make It. And this is a simple design. There's really just 3 layers. There's the white faux leather background layer, there's a pink layer for his hands and his nose, and there's a red layer for his clothes, the candy cane, and his hat. I'm going to cut the white faux leather layer first. I don't need to mirror any of these mats, so I can go ahead and click continue. Oh, but before I do that, I always like to make a note of what size faux leather I'll need to cut to put on my mat. I like to cut a smaller piece of faux leather because I tape it down for extra security. If you put a large piece of faux leather down, it's not gonna cut as well. So here I'm gonna cut a square about 3 inches by 3 inches. So I'll be cutting this with the Cricut Maker, but you could just as easily cut this project with the Explore Air 2. You'll just want to turn your dial to custom before you come to the material settings and choose your material. I have faux leather paper thin already set here as a favorite. That's my setting that I use all the time for cutting faux leather. If you don't have that setting, you can click on Browse All Materials and type it in and you'll find it, and you can click on it to select it. So I'll go ahead and click on it, and then I always like to use more as the default pressure setting. So we're ready to cut the faux leather mat. Let me show you how I prepare the mat and also how to add the backing onto the faux leather before you cut. So the first thing I wanted to show you was how I put a backing on the white faux leather before I even make the cuts. And I find that that gives you a nice clean edge on the back, and you don't have to worry about cutting a duplicate shape in vinyl or faux leather and trying to stick it on the back and line it up perfectly. The back is already on. So here's my little shape of faux leather that I cut according to the recommended size in my mat preview screen. And the back is sort of fuzzy, and I want to put this chrome foil iron-on the back and then make the cut all at once. So I wanted to cut the chrome iron-on slightly smaller than the faux leather so that it doesn't go over the edge and get pressed to my mat. So I will go ahead and put this on my pressing pad and cover with my little Teflon sheet. I'm using the Easy Press Mini. I have it on the medium setting. You could also use the low setting. You could use a regular Easy Press with this, or even a home iron if necessary. So just move around. We want to press the foil nicely all the way on the back of the faux leather. And I chose silver because it's a sort of a, festive color, but you could also do white heat transfer vinyl if you wanted it just to blend in. You could also cut a duplicate shape of the white faux leather and glue it to the back. I have a whole video on 4 different ways to put a back on faux leather earrings, and I'll link to that for you so you can check that out. So the key to peeling off the cover sheet, the little transfer sheet, is to lay the material flat and peel away the cover sheet. This keeps the foil nice and flat. It is a little warm, so be careful. Now I'm going to prepare to cut this. So I'm going to put the faux leather smooth side down on my mat in the same location that I saw in the mat preview. And then I'm going to use regular blue painter's tape from the hardware store and tape down on all sides. This is going to help keep the faux leather from shifting while cutting. On this end, if there's any overlap, be sure to fold it over so it doesn't get caught under the little feeders. And you'll want to make sure that your star wheels are moved out of the way so they don't roll over your faux leather and make marks. I'll load this in the mat and press the C button to begin the cut. I like to use my weeding tool and just come in here and check, make sure the cut went all the way through, and if not, I just press the C button to repeat the cut. You have to press the C button before you unload the mat. We'll check this again. And that looks good. I'll unload the mat and remove the little gnome, and you can see that it already has the foil iron-on neatly on the back. So now I will show you how to cut the other two mats, the glitter HTV and the solid HTV, and then we'll press these little earrings together. So back to Cricut Design Space, I've already cut the white faux leather layer, and then now I just need to cut the two vinyl mats. So the first mat I'm going to cut from solid heat transfer vinyl. That's the little nose and the hands. I'll use light pink, and I'll change the material setting to washi sheet. I'll either use vinyl or washi sheet when I'm cutting heat transfer vinyl. For these really small little earring shapes, I like to use washi sheet because it seems to be better with intricate cuts. So I can select washi sheet, and I'll leave the pressure at default. And then for the red layer, if you're using solid red or solid green heat transfer vinyl, you'll use the same setting, either vinyl or washi sheet. I'm going to cut this from glitter heat transfer vinyl, and it's the Caesar brand, which is pretty thick. So I'm going to leave the pressure at default after selecting glitter vinyl, but I will probably repeat the cut, pressing the C button again just to make sure the cut goes all the way through. Okay, so I've cut out the little nose and hands from the light pink HTV and also the glitter HTV, and you can see the little candy cane is here and everything else is red glitter. And the way I designed the pattern is the white will show through in all of the cutouts to create the candy cane and his beard and things like that. So let me show you how we're going to press this. It's pretty easy. Again, I have my heat pressing pad. I have my Easy Press Mini on the low setting, and you can use a traditional easy press. I wouldn't recommend using a large clamshell style heat press because the pressure can be too much and it can flatten out your faux leather. But you could use an easy press or an iron even. I will go ahead and put this little guy here. Again, we have the foil on the back to create a nice backing. I'm going to trim this up just to separate them. And with this design, you'll want to do the red layer first. And I'll just line it up. Put my Teflon sheet or parchment paper on top and press. Since we're layering these vinyl colors, we don't want to press each color for the full recommended time. We want to press long enough to get it to stick before adding the next layer. And just like whenever you're pressing vinyl, if you feel like it's not sticking all the way, you can just press it right back down and give it a little more time. And then we will take our little, and I've got to figure out which one is which here. Is it that one? It's that one. And we'll just line it up. And there we have it. A little candy cane carrying gnome. So I'll repeat that process quickly on the other side. Okay, so now we're ready to punch our holes. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm using the design that does not have the pre-made holes, and that's just because while the Cricut cuts the holes in earrings really well sometimes it doesn't. And I find that I usually need to go in with a 1/16 inch hole punch anyway and just clean out the hole. So I just like to make the hole from scratch and not worry about having the Cricut cut it. But if you already have made your hole, then you can skip ahead to when we put on the earring hooks. But using this hole punch is very simple. It's a 1/16 inch size, so it makes a really nice small earring hole. And on these, I like to punch the hole sort of centered over the nose rather than on the little hat so it doesn't hang sideways, but that's up to you. Just punch. It punches straight through, and then I like to use the one that I punched already and line it up to the other one so that I can get the holes to be in the same location on both earrings. Try and get these out. Now that I have that done, so I'm going to attach the earring hooks using the little 6mm jump rings. But if I attach the earring hooks right now, the little earrings would hang sideways. So what we need to do to get the earrings to hang straight is to turn this bottom hook just 90 degrees, and then our earrings will hang straight. So I'll show you how I do that quickly. I just use one of my flat nose pliers and I grab the edge of the hook that I want to turn. And so I'm gripping firmly with the pliers and firmly with my thumb and forefinger over the hook, and I just turn. And you can see that that has turned the direction of the loop, and that's what we want. So let me do the other side quickly. And then to open the jump ring, these little jump rings have an opening on top, and I like to use 2 pair of pliers, one on each side, with that opening facing up. But you can't see that. I'll show you that in a moment. And I will grip the other side and just twist with my wrist to open the jump ring. I will attach the earring, attach the earring hook, making sure I'm going in the right direction. The hook is facing the right direction. And with the pliers again, I'll just repeat that same motion in the other direction to close up the jump ring. And that's it. The little Christmas gnome earrings are complete. I hope you like this project, and I hope you're gonna make some Christmas gnome earrings yourself. Remember, you can get the pattern for these earrings in the form of an SVG cut file from my blog at amyromeo.com. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you so that you can go ahead and grab that file and make some of these for yourself. And I'll see you in the next video.